So hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar, Custom Heat Map. Today, we are going to uncover the only cloud-based software real-time map that allows any company that lays infrastructure to see every single prospect connected to its distribution system. My name is Natalia. I'm a digital presence coordinator at Appsolve. I'll be responsible for hosting this presentation today, and I'm glad to introduce Gloria Lee, who will present this webinar. Gloria is a business development representative coming directly from Salesforce. She has been in the business technology space with 3 years of experience in fast-growing SaaS tech startups and CRM market leaders like Salesforce. So let's get ready for the webinar. That's it for me. I'll now hand over to our speaker today, Gloria.
Awesome. Thank you, Natalia, for the introduction. So I'm going to walk us through the agenda for today. We'll cover who we are and what we do. Then we'll move along to what makes Custom Heat Map so unique, use cases that we come across on the heat map, impacts on the business, and when we have time, we'll open up for a Q&A. Okay, so our focuses here at Appsolve is mainly known for Salesforce Field Service. We are the #1 CRM solution for field service management. We were one of the first partners to implement it in 2016. As well as Proposer Project, which is an end-to-end cloud-based system for service companies, typically meeting 80% of the needs that a company needs. So we paired up with Accounting Seed on the finance end, as well as Humi for HR, obviously leaving room for customization as well. Custom Heat Map, which is what we'll be going over today, really is beneficial for any businesses in the energy, telecommunication, or property management space. So anything to do with distribution, this is really where Custom Heat Map would thrive on. Okay, so we'll move into the demo for today. So I'll bring you into the demo. Right away, you can see Appsolve Heat Map will generate a live view of a map. And at the bottom over here, you have the option to either see it in a Terran view or satellite, so whichever one you prefer. Right away, you'll see layers at the bottom here. So we'll just move back to Terran view. We'll go to zoom into the map. We can see customers with the black circles that are flashing right now. Prospects, the red circles. Display leads, which is the orange pin, or display infrastructure. So the red outlines, the purple outlines, and blue outlines will show you exactly where infrastructure is laid out on a map. Okay. Now, moving forward, you're able to check into what region you want to look into, whether it be Toronto, or we can move into New York. It allows you to see an overall picture as to where your prospects, customers, and also leads may lie. Okay. You have the option of selecting what status, so any leads that are new, working, or contacted, or open, or any opportunities that are prospected, contract sent, verbal commit, or negotiating. Other options that you have is you're able to actually pull into directly seeing where your new customers might be, or where you would want to upgrade existing customers. Other tabs that you might see in the telco space especially is residential, commercial, or being able to select both, depending on what kind of cycles you're trying to influence at the time. Okay, so we'll move into Toronto. I want to take you through a little bit of what you could do with the actual pins here. So move into Toronto. Zoom in. And right away, we can see where infrastructure is laid out, where customers are, as well as our prospects and our leads. So right here we have Andrew Aspel, who is a lead. The great thing about this feature is you can actually click into the leads. It'll sync automatically onto your Salesforce platform. So all the information lives directly onto the platform. So again, you can see Andrew, the contact, where we're at, if it's new, if it's working, nurtured, or converted. So let's say, for example, we've spoken to Andrew. He's interested, in fact, with internet. So right away, he wants to make a purchase. We'll convert it. We can see that it's on net. We'll select converted. And it'll create an account for Andrew, as well as the contact and opportunity. So right away, we are labeling the opportunity, and we'll convert in the lead. Once it's converted, you'll be able to see the account that's tied to it, the contact, and the opportunity as well. So we can actually click into it. It'll generate right underneath the opportunity tab. And right away, you're set into prospecting mode with all 5 stages in your opportunity, or however you'd like to manage it. Okay, so we'll move back into the heat map. And in real time, it should be automatically updated onto the heat map. So we'll give it a nice little refresh. Move back into Toronto. Zoom. And right away, the orange pin that now existed is converted into a red pin. And again, the great feature over here is that we can tie into the opportunity. It's linked in, telling us what percentage the opportunity has to closing. Now, say, for example, we continue this opportunity with Andrew, and it's now moved into a verbal commit. We can go ahead, mark the stage as complete. So it's a closed win. We'll go back into the heat map. Back to Toronto. And now you can see that the opportunity has in fact turned from a red circle pin into a black circle pin. So you're able to see what accounts exist for customers by color coordinating your pins. Great option to do this is anything below 25% chance of closing could be labeled as yellow. Anything above 50 could be labeled as orange, and anything above 80 could be labeled as green. So you have different methods of labeling the heat map according to your business process. Awesome. Next thing that I wanted to kind of chat about is the opportunity for your sales team to be able to track distance between prospects, customers, or even leads. So the great feature over here is you can actually pull a little measurement tool on the left side over here. Click into a prospect, so wherever their area is, okay, and then drag it into infrastructure so you're able to know what the distance is between several different prospects. So right away, your sales team is able to track distance, which is a great tool to have right away. Allowing them to make better decisions in real time. Okay, so Another thing I wanted to move forward to is the property owner / address search. So any existing opportunities or data that exists in your Salesforce base, you can actually type in an address directly onto the tab and go directly to the address. Okay, let's say, for example, we want to go to New York. Sorry about that. Okay, important thing here is to click everything in here. And we'll zoom out. Automatically, we're here in New York, and we can see an opportunity with King Kong's Castle, prospect with a verbal commit of 60%. Right away, we will go into, sorry, let me just get rid of this. We'll go into the opportunity, and you're able to see prospect opportunity information, what percentage the opportunity lies, the record type, which would be an upgrade, and next steps to follow up with the customer now. So we'll go ahead and click into the opportunity. It'll bring you directly into the opportunity with everything visible. And then the cool thing over here is that you can actually add a picture or building photo. So we'll go ahead and remove that, add a new picture in here. Okay, and a new King Kong is on the screen. We'll go ahead and save. And once that's saved, again, we'll move into the heat map one more time, give it a nice refresh. We'll go back to King. And automatically generates you to the right location. Pop that open, and the new image is uploaded as well. So anything that you're changing on the record type, whether it be the heat map probability or the next steps down here, it will automatically update everything onto your map, so your reps will be able to see everything in real time. Okay, so move out of New York. And again, you're able to see any leads that are around the area, what regions they're selected in. Moving outside of New York. So a larger view of the map. And we'll go over here to Europe and check out the Guggenheim Museum. So again, prospects with a little bit of a description, the opportunity, information, and next steps all updated here with an image available. Okay. Again, you're able to click into the opportunity and see everything that's visible. On the right side, you'll be able to see the close date stage, which is prospecting, and the amount that the opportunity has been updated with. So moving back to the heat map, key things to think about here are the use cases. A lot of the times we can be using this map to either prospect into new leads that are coming in, so all of these orange pins. And the great thing about this is if you have, let's say, for example, 3 leads or 3 opportunities that might have some influence as to closing or moving to the next step of the cycle. It's great to be able to use the map to visually see how we can kind of negotiate pricing. So for example, if we were in Toronto and we went to RBC, go directly here. Maybe we're in the financial district. Okay. And right away we can see First Canadian Place. We'll click into First Canadian Place. And again, we'll be able to see where we are at the stage of the cycle, probability of closing, if it's a contract sent or a verbal commit. Now, if we wanted to influence the deal a little bit more, and we understand that maybe in First Canadian Place, there might be more than a few businesses, maybe we're able to come in with, a pricing promotion of some sort and able to capture the business as an entity. Okay, so again, I'm wanting to bring you back to the opportunity here. We can go ahead and change the pictures. And you have the opportunity of seeing that directly on the heat map. So zooming back into Toronto, we can see automatically the lay of the land with, in the case of an energy company, the heating and cooling, so heating being in red, cooling being in blue, where infrastructure lies, how we can also make decisions based off of if we have new prospects or opportunities that are available. Does it make sense for example, a company to build a new infrastructure in a closer area, and how much business can we come in? So when it comes to decision making within the business in itself, it does help the business make decisions that may have taken months and narrow it down to weeks or even days. So main impacts of all departments of people that would be using this heat map, would be mainly sales, operations, project managers, engineering, and finance. So when we think about, let's say, for example, the possibility of building infrastructure closer up to Spadina, simply because there might be new business that's around this area. Does it make sense to extend infrastructure, or does it make sense to build something new? Well, then obviously a business plan would be involved. Maybe it takes about 2 years to expand to the north end. And all of this has to be taken into account. It might be a $10 to $20 million project where project manager would have to come in with a plan and to see how much X amount of business with X amount of customers is possible here if we're actually planning on executing infrastructure in a new area. So when we think about this, we think about the measurement tool that sales is able to use to measure the distance between either on-net or off-net, or heating and cooling of what's available in the area. And the great thing about that is your sales team can actually act as a reference point to give information or feedback as to what they're seeing on their end, and being able to communicate with engineering, who would be checking in on the layout of the plans, whether it be permits or pipes or a business plan that needs to be set out. And of course, having operations and the project manager tied into this decision-making process. Finally, of course, you'd have to get the sign-off of finance, which is great because the heat map allows you to visually see everything in one shot. Okay, so moving forward, on the right side, you'll be able to see an edit map section. You can see tunnels, and you can actually add in any adjustments that you'd like to see or customization, so cooling or heating and cooling, and infrastructure. So moving into New York, go back here. Cool feature over here is you're actually able to use a tool on the right side where you can click specific regions and draw around your territory. Right away, you'll be able to see territories and opportunities or current customers that exist within that same region, and you're able to target or influence those deals accordingly from there. Okay, so apart from this, I'm going to zoom out of the map. The use cases that are really important to highlight is the ability to prospect new customers, or to see where you can penetrate new business on the map and what's close or what's aligned into your infrastructure. And then the ability to make decisions on does it make sense to build new infrastructure in newer areas where we can target new business, as well as pricing power, the ability to negotiate pricing with either existing customers or prospects that are in the area. So a great way that people have used this is bundle deals, where they'd be able to send off promotions as well to a sector, either in the residential or mainly commercial areas. So bring this back here. And then again, apart from the heat map, you'll be able to see all your leads in the lead tab. Recently viewed, all open. Okay, and everything that's changed onto these leads would be obviously reflected or mirrored into the heat map as well. Your accounts would exist over here in this tab. Okay, and then also your opportunities. Okay, so apart from that, that is the demo. Curious if anyone has any questions or any clarifications that they might need on the demo itself. So I'll open that up for you guys.
Thank you very much, Gloria. I hope you all enjoyed this amazing presentation. Any questions from anyone? If there are no questions, we can move on. Next slide. If you want to connect with us, you can do it via website, email, or phone. And you can also follow us on social media to get instant updates and see our latest articles. Thank you everyone for joining us today. As a reminder, this webinar recording will be sent to you very shortly. Stay tuned for more future webinars at appsolve.com and our social media. Thanks everyone.